Hi everyone, welcome back to my craft room. If you're new to my craft room, then welcome. Today I'm making another cute little Valentine decor piece. I made some of these at Christmas time and they were some of my favorite decor pieces that I had sitting around my house. I had one like in my shelf in the hallway, I had one on my shelf in the kitchen. They just looked so cute. I want to make more of these. I thought I had more than one of these left. I got these at Dollar Tree. These are the, what are they, 5.5 by 7.5 wood blocks. That was the tag that was on the back of it. And yeah, I just love them. So I have this paper pad here. This I also got from Temu a while back. Has all these different pretty, really pretty, like vintage looking Valentine hearts and flowers and whatnot. So I picked out this one that I'm going to use. It's a little bit too big, but it actually, the lines here, I believe if I just cut those off, or do I want to, let's see. Yeah, so we're just going to cut those lines right there, and that should fit perfectly. So let me grab my paper cutter here. This I got at Michael's years and years and years ago. And I'm just going to follow that line there that I want to cut off. Or you can just use scissors if you don't have one of these, that's fine. Just makes my life easier since I got the shaky hands half the time anymore. So let's see, I'll cut that off there, and then that'll be that line here. And I love that there's like a little metal wire in between that really lines up your lines really nicely. So there we go. So that is that. So now that should fit on this board just right. All right, but before we do anything else with this, because we're going to add some like jute string embellishments and things to this that I have. So, but the first thing I want to do is I want to paint this block of wood. I'm going to use my favorite sheepskin color, Folk Art chalk paint. Love this color. It's a nice creamy white, and it covers really well too. So I'm probably just going to do one coat on here because I am going to kind of like age it up a little bit or distress it, whatever you want to call it. I thought I sanded it well, but there's some really deep, well, let's get some paint in there. We'll get it in there. Not going to matter because that's going to get covered up with an embellishment too. So I'm just going to paint this whole thing in this really pretty sheepskin color. And then once that dries, we can come back and put all the pretty decorations on it. But like I said, just going to put one coat on here. Really don't need much more than that. Unless you really want it, you know, covered. I don't mind seeing some of the wood grain through it. I think that'll be great for this because you're not going to see that much of this anyway by the time we put all this stuff on it. But anyway, let me finish painting these up, and then once this dries, we'll come back and add all of our pretties. All right, this is nice and dry. I got a fingerprint here. I stuck my finger out before it was dry, but it's okay because it's going to get covered up by that image. So for the bottom part here, I'm going to take some of this braided jute string here. This I get at Michael's. I don't remember what it costs, but get it in the ribbon section there. So I'm going to start here on the corner and hot glue this down right on the bottom corner so it's even with the bottom. And then I want this to run right across the bottom here like so. I'm just going to add a little hot glue. It doesn't take too much to hold this down. I love this stuff. It just looks so pretty when you add it to things. It really does. And I'm going to pull this over here and cut this. Now what you need to do with this stuff though is when you cut it, so it doesn't fray apart. Hang on, let me roll this up. I usually just stick a pin in this to keep it from unrolling. You really need to put a little bit of hot glue just on the end of this. Otherwise it does tend to unravel, so I usually just stick a little bit of hot glue down there, kind of tap it in and give it a squeeze, and then you don't have to worry about that coming apart. All right, easy peasy. And I actually remembered to put on my finger protectors to do that. Okay, there we go. It didn't come through, so it wasn't hot. Okay, so that is perfect. Love that for this thing. Now I'm going to add some glue to the back of my paper here. You could put it on the wood if you want to, but I don't want it like all over this wood, so I'm just going to put it on the paper. I take a little bit of Mod Podge here. I'm just going to put it on this paper instead of wasting a container right now. Just take a brush. I'm going to brush this on here. Just want to make sure you get your edges real good. Kind of move a little quick doing it this way so it doesn't dry on you. And then a little bit in the middle. You don't need a ton of it. Of course it slid on me, but hopefully it's not going to show. Alright, I'm going to remove that. Now, we are going to take this, line it up with this jute string at the bottom, and then just push that on down. Alright, see, some of it dried on me already. I was not quick enough. Alright, I'm going to have to put more glue on here because I was not fast enough. I should have put it into a container because now I have to go back in here. Alright, let me get that across there. I just don't want a lot of it to get out onto the wood because I don't want that shine, but I'm going to have to go back under here and get some of this. Thought I was being smart. Not so much, but that's okay. I guess I'm going to have to get all my ends redone. So much for my bright idea. I knew it was going to dry too fast, and that's why I said you're going to move quick, but I'm not that quick. Apparently. Alright, do I need more on this side? Just a smidge right there. Alright, now I think we got it. I love these paper pads. They are so pretty. The other way you could do it too is if you put the Mod Podge underneath and do the iron-on method with this. That would work great too, which I probably should have done. But I think that'll be good. The image is so pretty. Alright, now for up on the top part, I was thinking of wrapping some of this jute string around. Just, I don't know how many times. Let's see. Let's just put some on here and see what we want to do. I don't know if I want it to touch the image. Maybe I do. I don't want a real lot of it because I am going to add like a bow to this and things. So I'm just going to figure this out as I go. But I think, going to make it go even with the image. I think that'll look the nicest. Or you could even use a wider jute string too. Like I get the wider stuff at Walmart. And you don't have to glue the whole thing down. I'm going to probably stick a little glue on the edge there underneath to keep it in place. Like right in here. Because it's not going to go anywhere. Oh, I like that. I think that looks pretty. My husband's outside doing stuff, so my ring thing is going to keep going off here unless I... Alright. Let me do this here so I can pause this thing. There we go. For 30 minutes. He's going to be out there doing stuff, getting the rest of the Christmas decorations off the fence, and we had the icicles, lights from the hang from the gutters he got off yesterday. So I might just go most of the way up here with this. This looks pretty. I love jute string accents on things. It's got a big fuzz in it. Alright, let's see. Let's just do a couple more. And we'll leave it at that. What is this fuzz that's after me here on this thing? I don't know. I've collected fuzz. Alright, I think that's good enough because I want to make a bow to put on here also. So let's tack that down. That was way too much glue for this little piece of string, but there you go. Oh, let me get my brushes in the water there. Alright, so that is that. There's our jute string accent on the top. I think that looks really pretty. This needs to come down just a tad. There we go. So now let's see. I want to make like a bow, but I don't want a big bow. I have this flower here. This is one of these flat back embellishments. I think I got these from Temu also. It's like a little plastic or resin rose. It was all white, and I took some of the Tim Holtz Distressing ink. I love this stuff, and I just kind of put a little bit on there just so it wasn't so stark white. It didn't look like it would go with this very well. So let's see. I want to make a bow. Nothing too fancy here. Okay, let's make this even. There we go. Alright, wrap that around 10 times. And we're just going to cut this off here if I can. Nope, can't do that left-handed, can I? Alright, let me get this off my fingers and kind of pinch that right in the middle like so. And cut this off. And then I'm going to cut myself another piece so I can, whoops, tie this in the center and make this pretty bow. So you're just going to squeeze it together like so. We don't want it to be perfect. It's kind of this rustic looking bow. Just going to wrap that around there, and I'm going to make adjustments as I need it. And then I'm just going to tie a nice knot in there. Easy peasy. We love easy peasy. Way close to the center. That looks pretty good right there. Alright. So let me knot that off real good. And there we go. And I'm not even gonna, you could leave these hanging if you want to, but I'm not gonna bother. We're just gonna have a nice flat little bow here. Just like so. And then you can like open this up a little bit. Make it all fancy. And then I'm hoping, let me see. Oh yeah, that's gonna be perfect. So I don't know if I want it off to the side. You know what? I think that might look cuter than dead center. So we're going to put that off to the side here. Just like so. Yeah, I like that. That looks cute, like right there. And then, I got it on my paper. Come on off of there before you, cool, there we go. Then we're just going to put this right in the center of this bow, this pretty little thing, or whatever you want. You can put a heart in there, or whatever. There we go. Let that hot glue cool off. And then I think what I want to do is just, like around the edges, is take some of this, I don't know what happened to my other thing, here it is. Put them away before I lose them. I'm going to take some of this distressing ink and just go around the edges, because you can see the like the white of the paper. And we're just going to like distress this a little bit with some of this ink. And even on the sides here, so it's not so white. Love this stuff. There we go. Oh, I love that. I might even add a little to this. Oh yeah, nice. Oh yeah. Alright, and then down this edge, because when you cut the paper, and you know, the edge of it's really white. So I like to cover that up just a little bit. Then maybe just in the corners of this here, add a little of this distressing ink. Down the side. And I think that will do it. We could add some here if you don't want any of this white showing, or just a little dabs. I love to see how it's just slightly, you know, makes it just not so brand new looking, if you will. All right, I think I am done with this now. But look how cute. I'm going to set this on my shelf in the hallway where I had my Christmas one because I thought it was so pretty. But there it is, just a piece of wood from Dollar Tree. I got to get me some more of these, or you can get them at, you know, like Home Depot or Lowe's or something like that if you want to get pieces cut, which probably costs less. But, you know, while I'm at Dollar Tree, I just grab a couple and there you go. And that's that. That's just what the back looks like. And that either. And you could add a hook on the back if you want to hang these. You could put like one of the little picture frame kind of hangers on the back of it and hang it up. But thanks so much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this quick and easy little Valentine project. And I'll see you guys all next time. Have a great day, everyone.